All right, we're back here at Secret Squirrel. You've
Flying
been
squirrel.
oh, shh.
This is a secret flying squirrel.
Okay, so we're here back at Flying Squirrel. After you spent some time, well, we were here, we did an episode, and you made some good progression. And then you spent a little time with me and Simon talking to you more like off camera, kind of trying to work on body position a little bit. And then you took off to Mexico, checked in on Simon, made sure he was doing okay, basked in the sun a little bit, checked in on your yellow Bronco. I know, yes, I saw.
She's still there.
Yeah, and so now we're back here and we're gonna kind of continue on. And what I'd like to see today is, we really focused on the first of the last two. And I'd like to get us really good through that in this body position you've been working on, and then working into carrying the speed so that we can actually jump that last one today.
Well, what's hard for me is that it's been a few weeks since I've done any jumping because we were just doing flat corners in Mexico, and there aren't any jumps like this where we were. So I'll have to get my head back in the game. So
yeah, I don't think you'll have any problem. You'll be surprised. You're gonna kind of roll right back into where you were. So yeah, why don't we get started? We're gonna focus on this first one and get it dialed in and perfect, and then lead into that last one and finally clearing it really well.
I was a cross-country skier.
I feel
so
like
I can just be on one leg forever.
Know what's funny about this is I feel like now I'm like, can I do this, or am I like unable? Bam. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that.
I've been here for like 5 minutes just moving around.
It's more me just keeping my balance doing this. But you want to see something I can do really good?
What?
Watch.
And slouch a bit.
So let's go do a couple warm-up laps so I can get a little warmed up too. And then I want to just remind you, you know, what we were working on since the last episode is that standing a little bit taller. So when you press and you come off the lip, and staying forward and keeping those legs straighter. Yeah.
And in the practice I was doing, I realized I was reverting back to starting too early, like compressing too early. So I'm trying to think about being patient.
That's good. Yeah, really, you know, think about the timing to when it's when your rear tire lifts. It seemed like you were either squashing it or compressing early so you got less lift. Yeah. So I think it's good that you're seeing that at least, and now you're working to prevent it.
Yeah, some of my friends were really helpful. They took some videos, and I could see when I compressed too early, there's no way I was going to hold it.
It is amazing, you know, coming back from what you talked about with Simon on that episode about, you know, just staying forward is we sabotage ourselves. So like, you know, go into this open-minded, relax, and let's just do a couple runs. So awesome, I feel warmed up, so now I'm just gonna hang out and watch. What I'd like to see is us really focus on getting this one dialed in so that we have the speed to just use proper form, and this one's easy to clear. So you come in, you look really good, look, you're bent, you press, you straighten up, which is great. You let go a little early. See how the front end's dropping a little already? That means you're already putting pressure against it. But more importantly, see how you're kind of there, but see how you're letting that bike, your arms pull away? So I want you to think about, see how your head's coming slightly, so here it is, and it's coming slightly back from the stem. So when you come up into the air, I want you to think of this. As you come up, I want you to think of going to the landing. Think about leaning into that landing instead of away from it. That should help you get a little further forward.
Oh. Not what you want to
see. I see you trying to press your toes down to lift the rear end instead of letting it float up under you. You're still back. See how your knees are behind your toes and your arms are pretty straight. Okay. So you are not bending it, but you're still back. Okay. Do you see what I mean? You're not at that 45 anymore, like straight arm, but you just kind of went like this instead of going like this. So this run, I want you to just think about holding a little longer, which means you're really, you know, you don't truly hold it. So we need to time. So we need to wait a little longer before we start that press. I want to feel that back tire leave. Just think about that. I'd be curious, do you want to video me once from the side and look at the difference?
Yeah, I do actually.
I think that might actually help you.
Sweet.
So remember a lot about the being forward. Look where my head's at, over the stem, but look, as soon as I go in the air, look, my head is actually literally going in front and over the stem.
I see your hips coming, or your handlebars coming more towards your hips.
But look at where because my hips are going forward, not back. So look how straight my legs stay. But see, what I don't do is so I come up, and so I stay there. So see, my hips are forward, staying forward. Everything's, and it's all in that same float. See how everything's following the arc. Nothing's moving separate from the bike. And what that allows is right here, if everything's moving the whole arc together, I can do whatever I want with it. So I think our battle today is going to be getting you forward.
So am I starting okay and the problem happens later, or what's going on?
As soon as you get in the air.
It's when I'm in the air that's the problem.
Your takeoff, you're finally, remember way back, you were still bent down on the takeoff.
Yeah.
That's been kind of since the last video we did.
Yeah.
Now we've got you standing up, and as soon as you get in the air, then you're reversing. So we've went from it being a here a problem to here a problem to now it's here a problem. So we're working our way to the landing. So we're getting
hard, folks.
But seriously, we're getting there. Like, it was like you're pressing too soon to like soak it up, and then you're soaking, and then now you're holding your legs, but you're not. But as soon as you can literally see, as soon as you go airborne, the hips go. So if you can just think about, like, as I go off, I'm going to think about keeping my hips in that stem because it's up vertical, Yeah. And the bike's close to you right there. Imagine if you kept your hips there for just a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All right.
Give that a shot.
I know you think you're about to film my tricep and all that, but you're actually going to check out my really cute vaccine. I got hearts and little Care Bears. Isn't that cute? That looks like what I did, only look at you're just slightly back. See how your head's still behind your, doesn't that look a lot more like I was?
Yeah.
And then see, look, it's starting to go. And then you start shifting your hip back because you get afraid. See how you're straightening out your arms and bending your legs at the end, and you could have followed the arc. So this is good even a little more. So that's why I was like, do another one.
Yeah.
Like you did a pretty good job of holding your hips. You see how this is the first one where you don't just really see right there, like boom, they moved.
Yeah.
So that was good. So let's
we'll start that one.
You just gotta stay forward. You look really good, and then you don't let the arc finish. You push the bike out.
Can I see the
You need to keep the bike up underneath you. So you're soaking it up a little bit.
Okay.
But I mean, if I could get you forward, I'd be more happy about that.
This guy's picky.
I know, this is hard. That last second you shift and it kind of keeps. And the couple times that you felt scared was when it was actually doing the arc it needed to do.
Oh.
When that arc starts happening, you're like, heck with that, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing that as a reoccurring thing, is you're starting to hold your form now, and it looks great, and then at the very end now, so you're just waiting longer and longer until you go, nah.
Yeah.
So if you can trust that the landing is downhill, your bike needs to be facing downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that actually was it.
I liked that. You. Like one of the most fluid arcs. That was excellent. I'm not even gonna show it to you. I just want to I want you to show me it again. Exactly the same.
But what if that's
you don't
the
even
best
see it.
it's ever gonna be?
Then that means we're gonna hit the next one now? Go give me another one. That one was great. Like, just double it up. Double down. You did nice. You did 2 nice ones in a row. What do you think of bringing it on down to the last jump?
Does that mean I get to graduate? So if we get some mountain bikers to come down here, do you think they're actually going to ride? Or do you think they're just going to hang out on the beach? Hey, a pelican! So what's funny for me is that I guess I've ridden this jump a lot more now because we've been practicing it. But as soon as I've tried to ride that jump, everything just fails. Like I get scared, I get back. It looks like I'm squatting over my rear tire, like I'm literally sitting at a 90-degree angle. I guess it's worth noting that to me, these jumps feel really different. I feel more compression off of that one. It feels bigger, it feels scarier, and I think since the lip is longer, it's harder to get the timing right.
So yeah, so what happens is you feel that compression and then you try to like soak it up instead of use the energy. But the interesting thing is everything's bigger. So you do, because as you go up that lip, you lose more speed. So you need that compression. So you need to like embrace it.
Well, I think this is a testament to what a mental game it is, because I think if you're just looking at these two jumps, they look really similar, but in my head, they're very different.
So I mean, yeah, this is your next progression, you know, and it doesn't just happen or everybody would just do it in a day. I mean, this is a big deal to go to this next jump.
Yeah, well, I guess which is why we're spending a lot of time here, because we have filmed here before, but...
And we'll probably film here again.
Yay!
I just want to see it again. That's all I got to say.
Well,
it was
I can
awesome.
tell you, I know that I don't do it well when the seat hits me in the butt.
Yeah.
So, got some work to do.
You just have to trust the lip and just not soak it up. Like, I like that you're standing up. I just want to see you, like, because let it you go up.
Woo!
Yes. Do you want to do another one?
Yeah.
Go do another one. We're not going to take this jump to change your technique all of a sudden today.
Yeah.
But we're on this jump now, so get to know it. You know what I mean? And then
love the one you're with.
Yeah, love the one you're with, the one you're working on. Yeah. So like what we said though is you're learning the jump now. Like how many times have you hit it now? Like 6, 7 times?
Yeah.
And what I can show you is what's cool is your revert back you're worried about. It's happening. Yeah, I know you don't realize you're doing it that much, do you?
Like that.
And you can see how your bike drops off the lip and goes down instead of like actually boosting. But yeah, you're still going big compared to the jump before it. I wanted to have you jump it a few times to just get to feel for the jump. Before you start trying to be like, I jumped it once, now I'm going to completely change the way you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you have a feel for the jump, so now you're comfortable enough, you can be like, okay, I realize I need to press a little more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, let me try
that. So that's great.
Honestly, I was just trying to be really patient with the timing, so I didn't end my compression too early.
Yeah, I mean, what I love to look at your first ones, like really, it's like woo, all the way to landing, woo, and then here, you soak it up. Isn't that crazy? But look, what I love is look at your body position in the air. You're not 45 degree with your legs. You're not back on the bike. Like, look, you actually let it go to the arc. I mean, I like it.
It's good because it's a step and I have a lot to work on.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about this is, you know, now you're hitting this bigger jump and you did it enough times to get comfortable on it, and then you can start thinking instead of trying to jump right into like, what am I doing wrong? Like actually be like, I'm jumping this. I'm going to jump it a few times. I got a feel for it. The cool thing is, you know, originally when we were working on this jump, you were going back to Luna lines to work on your progress. Now that you're on this, you're going to be able to go back to this last jump. You're working up, and now you're actually working on a steep face lip to jump steep face, whereas initially you were like, I got to go back to Luna, which isn't even steep face, so it's kind of a real challenge.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's cool watching you're stepping that game up.
I like to think of it as a bell curve where maybe my best jump today will be second nature for me in a few weeks if I keep practicing. So I'm just kind of trying to shift that bell curve.